X-Men Mutations. If you've been around our channel for a minute, you know that I've done superpowers, Marvel superpowers, still haven't done DC yet, and I haven't done superpowers, unlike Invincible. And maybe I'll do that down the road. Let me know if you want me to do that in the comment section down below. But I'm actually surprised I haven't done X-Men Mutations, and I've done a few superheroes, and I'm gonna be real here. If you expect me to change my mind on Cyclops in my take that I think the Cyclops laser vision is borderline a disability, well, brother, you are on the wrong video. I will continue to slander that power. However, maybe it's not the worst. Maybe it isn't. Probably is. But maybe it isn't. That's all I'm going to say here. And in this video, we're going to be going through X-Men, mutants in the Marvel Universe, everybody from Wolverine, Magneto, Mystique, and Squirrel Girl. All of them. Putting them into a tier list on how useful I believe their powers are in my non-expert and incredibly humble opinion. And that's what we're going to be doing in this video. If you want to support the channel, please consider like, comment, and subscribe. We're trying to get to 250,000 subscribers before the end of the year. We're at 140 now, and I wasn't supposed to hit that until... I don't know, bro. I thought I was going to hit that in, end of May. Okay? And I want to be real here. That's kind of crazy. We're pretty ahead of schedule in terms of where I thought I was going to be. So I think we're going to hit 250, but who knows? Maybe we'll be able to hit 300. Let's see before the end of the year. Okay, and with all that out of the way, let's get into X-Men mutants that I think have pretty useful powers. Let's go. Wolverine. Okay, let's go down the Wolverine power structure. We're not giving him the metal skeleton. We're just not. You want to know why? Because that's technically not his mutant power. That was something we did to him afterwards. And I know somebody's going to hit me with a actually... No. We're going off the actual power that they got as a mutant, because then... I'm going to be real here. Squirrel Girl canonically was able to beat Thanos. Okay? But we'll get into how useful I think Squirrel Girl's powers are. But when we're talking about Wolverine, we got healing factor outside the wazoo, and no adamantium skeleton actually makes his healing factor even that little bit more better. Better, because now he's able to live a little bit longer, okay? Because his healing factor was leaching off the metal on his bones, and that was the thing that was slowly getting rid of him. We still got the claws, but then the claws hurt every single time you try to use them. But I'm going to be real here. If I had the powers of Wolverine, I don't think I would actually need to whip out my claws. I just wouldn't. No. I want you to think about it. You have the power of a healing factor, and also, it's stated, but it's one of those things that's kind of difficult to measure, his superhuman agility. And I think when I look at that, I'm not really going to need to use the claws. I think healing factor out the wazoo is already putting you pretty high. Okay? And it's not immortality. There's a line. Let me ask you a question. If I could elongate your life, what reigns would you want? Like I told you, hey-o, you got different tiers of immortality. Here it is. You got your standard life with is 70 to 90 years. I know somebody's going to say, what a 100, and I'm sorry, bro. Find me one 100-year-old that isn't basically a human pickle. Find me one that isn't on a crazy amount of substances, okay? Most of them become human pickles. Me, I would like to go around 75. I think that's a valid lifespan. Anything longer than that, we're prolonging the end. The worst part of life. Why do you want to do that? Anyways, without getting deep. We go from that to, you're going to be 120 to 150. Okay, not bad. Okay, that's not good enough for you. 150 to 300. Okay. And then we got 300 to 1,000. Pause. I'm sorry, bro. 1,000 years? Wouldn't want to live it. 1,000 years is much. That's pushing it, bro. And unironically, I think Wolverine has the ideal lifespan in terms of being immortal. 300 years, I'm able to basically be the mentor of my bloodline. And I know somebody's gonna say, oh, well, what? You'll watch all your loved ones die. Brother, that's gonna happen anyways. I'm sorry, I'm sorry to get deep with you. Yeah, it's probably gonna happen anyways. But this is what I get to do. You telling me listen, you find yourself a honey, okay? You have a child. And then you get to see your child grow up, do the same thing, and he dies. But your child also had a kid. And then that kid had a kid. And then that kid had a kid. And you're able to guide that bloodline as almost a mentor. You're able to have conversations with your great-great-great-grandchild. Yeah, bro, that would be kind of lit. I'm not gonna lie, bro. That's actually not half bad. Is it God tier? No. Understand this. Some people are gonna be like, oh well, if it might not be that good, bro. It's just a long life, Brand. It's like you're not guaranteed riches. I'm sorry, bro. If you gave me 300 years on this planet and I was more broke than I was now, I fail. Like, bro, 300 years of life and you still can't get a bag? What are we doing, bro? No, and it's not 300 years and you're like an old man. No. 300 solid years, okay? You gotta do something. You could monetize your AIDS at some point, man. And you still can't do that? Bro, that's a skill issue, homie. I'm gonna put Wolverine in top of good, open to great. Okay, top of good. I might move him to bottom of great throughout the video. I might. Not God tier. Definitely not God tier. Magneto, power over magnetism. This is what I don't like about Magneto, because it's pretty inconsistent, and I understand why. So let me get this straight. Even metals that can't be magnetized, I can control it. And then somebody's going to say, oh, well, no, they changed that and they changed that here. And it's like, I get what you're saying, but like, okay. If it's only metals that can be magnetized, that's still powerful, but that's also kind of like, like that's dope, don't get me wrong, and you could do a lot with Magneto's powers, but we're going into the same point where then it becomes almost situational. No. Is it better than Wolverine? I can still get really old. And I know, bro, Magneto's practically immortal, because I have no clue how he hasn't died yet. But, I mean, bro, he's pushing 80? Damn, walking around like that? Nah, there's something up with that. He has slight immortality. Okay, but when I'm looking at Magneto, but, bro, listen, the aura that this man is concocting by moving an entire stadium, that's tough. That's really tough. You could do a lot with that, bro. You have to put it in great. I don't know about God tier, though. That's where I'm 50-50. You can argue almost God tier, but at the end of the day, there is some very big limitations, and it doesn't have that extra oomph, that oomph factor. Does that make sense? Some oomph. Okay, I'm going to put magnetism top of great. It can go into God tier if I change my mind later on. Angel. Yo, imagine just being a normal dude, but then having angel wings. Awesome. Dope. Yeah, bro, that's awful. That's awful, actually. Oh, dope, bro. I got these frail-ass bird wings. Every time I walk into a room, I have to like, oh, let me get my wings. Flap, 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 flap. Dope. Wow. Amazing. I'm gonna be real. Maybe I'm a bad person. If somebody walked into my classroom with some angel wings, I'd be like, who's this guy think he is? Who does this guy think he is? Yeah, go flat. That's Pigeon Man right there. Go get pigeoning. Yo, is that your mom? Like, I'm not impressed. Like, at all. Oh, well, he was able to get metal wing. That's so dumb. So dumb. So very, very dumb. Do you know what that tells me? They recognized how limited his skill set is, that they had to do something like, what if we made the wings of metal? That's so dumb, bro. Like, actually, it's vindicating, because that tells me that Stan Lee or whoever was writing it at that point was like, yeah, bro, Angel's kind of useless, dog. Well, he can fly fast. That's dope. Amazing. You can't fly that fast. You're limited by bird wings. You're a normal dude that has bird wings. Awful. Is it the worst? Maybe. I don't know. Like, if you ask me, hey, would you want wings? I'd be like, no, I'm good, bro. I'll take a plane. Because it hinders every other aspect of your life, bro. Getting clothes is now way more annoying. Okay, I'll see you at home. You can't, bro. No, stop. And first off, I don't know where you're living. 100% you're getting shot. There is no shot that you would be able to fly through Chicago, New York, and the country. And Appalachia. Bro, if you fly through the skies of Virginia on a bad night, they're gonna be like, Moth Man! Bah! Done. Done. You are done, boy. Like, I'm sorry. Awful. Yeah, I stand by it. Cyclops. I said Cyclops has heat vision, and then a bunch of people say, well, actually, it's not heat vision. Yeah. It's not. It's laser eyes. I'll say laser eyes. My bad. Still a disability. Still is. Oh, well, it's because of a concussion. Dope. Okay, I'm sorry, bro. We're getting to a point where it's like, no. It's okay, let's say it is. It's not that good. It's not that good. It just isn't. Oh, well, you live a normal life. Like, no, you're a normal dude that has laser eyes. That's essentially your bag grabbing life. Wolverine. Dude, one of the reasons that being Wolverine kind of sucks is the fact that he's canonically 5'2". Unironically, that is one of the worst parts about being Wolverine. If I'm Cyclops, yeah, bro, I look like a Giga Chad. I can't open my eyes in the morning because I will flash fry my mom. That sounds awful. Ceiling's gone. Oh, well, okay, let's say I don't have the concussion. Now, I just have laser, like, that's, ugh. Like, what do you actually do? Like, on a real note, bro, if we're talking about straight usefulness, let's just keep it real. You ain't fighting crime. You ain't fighting crime, dude. You ain't doing that. You ain't him. You could go, you would see a robbery happening. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna... Dope. But you won't do this. No, I want you to think about this, bro. You could replicate the intent behind the laser eyes by packing. That's all I'm saying. You could replicate that, the outcome that you are trying to go for. But you'll be like, no, I don't want to do that. But you'll vaporize somebody? Let me get this straight. So you have more... I'm getting way too into it. No, but like I'll have deadass had this conversation with like somebody. It's like, yeah, bro, you can fight crime too. So let me get this straight. You won't suit a foo, but you'll fucking vaporize them. That's where you're at? Unbelievable. Meh. I'm putting in a meh. I'm not impressed. Very simply, I'm not impressed. That's it. Deadpool. Okay, think Logan's healing factor, but like literally out the wazoo. And since we're replicating his mutation and not his origin story, now you're not deformed. So you have all the powers of Deadpool, but literally none of the drawback. I mean, like, bro, that's a slightly better Wolverine, bro. It is. Like, no, you also have agility, because that's another thing there, and apparently that's even a little bit better than Logan, which I don't know how to measure that. I'm not getting into a power scalers thing. I'm really talking about how useful the power is. And when I'm looking at Deadpool, unironically, I put him above Wolverine. Why? Oh, well, he's dope, he has claws. Awesome. I have to stab them through my hand. If I'm Deadpool, I have your healing factor, but literally on roids. And I live longer than you do. It's everything that your skill set has, but just either slightly better or dope. I didn't want claws either way, so I'm putting it in great. Mystique. I've had this discussion with a few people. If you gave me the powers of Mystique, I am literally taking over the internet within the next 5 minutes. Literally the next 5 minutes. Oh my gosh, bro. If you gave me... I'm not responsible enough to have the powers of Mystique, Doug. No, name it. Name it. Done. I won. Bro, 100%. I would, and if I didn't have a problem with more, no problem with that. Dude, Mr. Beast doesn't own the rights to his likeness. I can just become him. Why? They would have to make a law specifically against me to nerf me. Done. Oh, bro. Oh, well, you can't call yourself Mr. Beast. Dope. Dude, if I turn into Mr. Beast and I'm in the thumbnail talking, printing money, bro. Done. Oh, well, that's not gonna work, Sydney Sweeney. Done. Name it. Literally name it. Acting? Done. I could become whatever. Anything. I would take over the internet in 5 minutes. 5 minutes. And don't even get me started on, like, the other side of stuff, bro. Oh, my gosh. I'm winning. God tier. Yes. No. Unironically, yes. In terms of usefulness... Oh my, the way modern society is set up, if they found out you had the power of magnetism, they would ice you. They would put a warhead on a forehead so quick, and they would make that shit out of ceramic. If I had the power of Mystique, somebody would give me a contract. Unironically, bro, God tier. Yeah, I'm getting paid, bro. Who cares about world domination, bro? I'm making a bag, okay? Squirrel Girl. Whew. Okay. What do I got? What do I got in here? Okay, I got claws. I have the ability to communicate with squirrels and agility and a smidgen of super strength. And I know canonically she beat Thanos that one time, but that doesn't really mean anything because there is no Thanos right now. I don't think there's Thanos in real world last time I checked. So when I'm looking at Squirrel Girl's powers, do I really want to talk to a squirrel? Like, I would become big on YouTube. I guarantee you that, man. Like, I would be a star overnight. Okay, Squirrel Girl kind of reminds me of Spider-Man in the aspect of, if you took Spider-Man's powers, you wouldn't actually think he was Spider-Man. No, I want you to think about this. Has superhuman agility, super strength, and can stick to walls. Those are literally his only 3 powers, okay? Spider sense, do you know where spider sense actually comes from? Like, no. Like, I want you to think about that. Like, Spider-Man having spider sense doesn't make any sense if you look at it through the lens of, well, an actual spider having spider sense is more or less like a bug hit a web. And that's essentially what happened. Sorry, a TV turned on. I thought the poltergeist got me. Where was I? Oh, yeah. So that's what I think about Spider-Man. The spider sense thing is actually the most overpowered thing he has. And it doesn't make sense because spiders don't have spider sense. They have 16 eyes, bro. Not 16. They have 8 eyes. I would hope your peripheral vision is pretty solid. And yeah, something hit your web so you can feel vibrations. So does the lonely Karen down the street. That I'm not saying she has spider sense. That joke should fly over a lot of your guys' heads, but if it didn't, get help. Anyways, when I'm talking about Squirrel Girl, I also get a bussy tail, bro. I get a tail. No, man. I'm putting this... It's good, actually. Why am I putting it in good? It's better than Cyclops. It's unironically better than Cyclops. I'm putting it there, and I'm slightly deformed, but some furry would look at me and say, "You're my Bow Wow now." No. I'm putting this in good, though. I think that's valid, actually. Nightcrawler! Okay. So, I'm born deformed, I have a demon tail, and I can teleport to anything that I can see within reason. Low-key kind of useful, though. I'm not gonna lie, that's actually kind of useful. And that's kind of a dope power, bro. I'm not gonna lie. When I was talking about Nightcrawlers, my mom, for whatever reason, thought it was like a worm X-Men. It's like, yeah, Nightcrawler, like the worm. He's making wormholes. That's why he's teleporting. And I'm like, I can't argue with that logic. I just don't agree with it. But I also look like a demon. I don't know, bro. When I'm looking at Nightcrawler, I think the usefulness of his power, like... You ain't ever... Like, I'm looking at it how I would use it. Bro, I'm just gonna teleport 10 times to, like, the local Walmart. Like, and I think traveling would actually be easier, because I would just have to, like, get a rough idea of where I'm going, and then I would teleport. Done, bro. When I'm doing that... But... And here's the thing, dog. I know he's supposed to be deformed. I've seen 5 women that would do unspeakable things to get with a guy that looks like this. Unironically, bro, let's just keep it real here. I did a creepypasta video like 2 days ago. The amount of Rule 34 art that I've seen, it looks kind of similar to this, bro. I would be rolling in it. I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm gonna put this in good. Yes, good. Oh, yeah, I'm actually gonna put it above Squirrel Girl. Yeah, I'm gonna put it above that. Yeah, I'm gonna put above. The teleportation hits. Storm. It's the power to manipulate the weather. As a human. One person doing it. Okay? And the limitations on this power are also extremely nutty because it's like a muscle that I can like slowly get better and better at it. Brother, controlling the weather is so broken that people just gloss over. Do you have any idea how in demand you would be? You would get a $20 billion contract to go work for some oil baron sun just to make it rain and blizzard in the desert. That is, like, you would make such a, like, you just gotta play your cards right, bro. Don't fuck things up too much, but like, oh, don't even get me started on the cult potential. The cult potential would actually be insane. Let me tell you. Let me roll out a hypothetical for you. Here's a hypothetical. Imagine this, bro. Hurricane Virgil is coming in, looking the deck, Florida. Oh no, another one! Why are we still here? I don't know, bro. Michigan gang, 411 superiority. That's all I gotta say. Anyways, I'm Storm. I'm walking in there, and I'm over here like, I will stop the hurricane. Only if those believe. And they're like, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. And there's like one guy, but he's like low-key about to get absolutely decimated by, I don't know, whatever he's on. I don't know. I look at hobos and I think to themselves, it's like 15 substances that I don't even want to know what you're on. Anyways, when we're looking at Storms, he's rolling in there. And then the hurricane's coming in. And I'm like, cease. Done. Dude, that's overpowered. Like, you would immediately become the most famous person in the country. Effective immediately. Okay, I have to, God tier. Yes, you have to put it there, dude. That is broken. Like, above Mystique. Above Mystique. Mystique is now bottom of God tier because you would still make a shit ton of money as Mystique. But you would also make a lot of money being Storm if you played your cards right. I gotta preface that. Charles Xavier. Brother, I have the ability to erase implant memories, total mind control, and I can locate where you are on the planet by my mind alone. And on top of that, the only limitations on my power is the fact that I don't really like using it all that much because it gives me a headache because I can read everybody's thoughts. Yeah, you would run the world, bro. You, like, even if you yourself didn't want to do it, the worst part about your power is the moment somebody found out that you had it, you're immediately the most wanted human being on the planet because people would try to use it. Bro, I have to put Charles Xavier in that God tier above Mystique because, like, now let's, like, a day-to-day aspect of it. Reading minds, implant, like, let's just gloss over the fact that I can manipulate emotions by implanting and getting rid of your memories. That's scary. That is scary. I have to, God tier power. Oh, well, he's disabled. They're dope. I can't use my legs. I can control your mind. I'll just make you carry me then, bro. Yes, God tier, no question. Quicksilver. Quicksilver has the best super speed I've ever seen, and I know he's not as fast as the Flash. This isn't meant to be a power scaling thing. No. I love the idea of my super speed is everything around me goes almost slow motion or just freezes, and then I can do whatever, and then I can unfreeze time. Now, the only problem is that there's a lot of freaky bastards out there that heard me say that are like, I know what I would do. Stop. I know what you would do. You have a problem, and I'm gonna say that right now. You is Diddy. You'd be the Diddy power. This is Diddy superhero for you. Now, if I'm looking at it, I mean, like, I'm effectively untouchable, completely and utterly. Like, on a real note, bro, it is broken. Is it God tier? You could do a lot with it. Is it Mystique level? No. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. I'm gonna put it at the top of great. I am open to God tier, but this is better than magnetism. Why? It would be very hard for somebody to prove that you have this power. It would be extremely hard. Oh, I have this recording. Yeet. Done. Oh, well, I have another recording. Boop. Done. Like that. Yes, great. It's a great power. Iceman. Dude. I knew this was going back long enough because I feel like you can tell when they had to start getting creative when they were naming superheroes because we had Superman, Iceman, Batman, and I feel like they started learning creativity with like the Wolverine, the Incredible Hulk. Like there's something there, right? But when I'm looking at Iceman, that's dope, bro. You can manifest ice. Like, is it a good power? It's pretty good. It's pretty good. At the same time, though, that's actually, you can make a solid case for that. You could. I'm going to put it in good next to Squirrel Girl. I don't know what it is, bro. I feel like you can only really use it for parlor tricks and, like, a YouTube channel. Other than that, fairly useless superpower, if I'm being honest here. I'm going to put it in good. I don't know. It's just very limited. Extremely limited, actually. Yeah, I'm going to put it right there. The Blob. I don't know. I don't like it. I really don't. Oh, well, the super strength. You absorb kinetic force. I hate that so much, bro. I hate the absorbing kinetic force superpower so much because Most of the time, they don't understand how it works, like, at all. No, if I can absorb full kinetic force of an attack, if you hit me, I can't fly in the other direction. You want to know why? Because that's kinetic force launching me over there. No, I would effectively be an immovable object. Yes, like, Black Panther, I guess, kind of makes sense because they have to clarify that, oh, well, no, you're only absorbing a portion of it. Yeah, but also, then you can't really take damage then. Like, you can't, outside of, like, getting stabbed, but other than that, not really. And then I'm looking at the Blob, and he has that power there, and I'm sure it could be useful, but at the same point, I would just pass. I would be like, nah, I'm good. I'm gonna put it in meh. It's a meh power. It's not as bad as fucking Chicken Wing over here, but it's like a meh power. Cyclops can go above the Blob. Yeah, I think that one's fair. Rogue. So I can't make skin-to-skin contact with people because I'll absorb their life force and they'll rot away, and I'm effectively immortal. And you could absorb other superpowers, but here's the problem. If I had that power, I can't absorb other superpowers. You wanna know why? Because there's no other superpowers. And I'm just zapping the life force from people. Like, it's like a healing factor, but way more traumatic. Bro, imagine accidentally sucking the life force out of, like, a loved one. Not in that way. But, like, they just get deleted. Thanos snapped away right in front of you. Like, your power would look way different than that. It'd be like rotting powers or some stuff. I don't even know what, like, rotation? I don't know. So when I'm looking at Jean Grey, I'm kind of like, it almost kind of seems like a disability, dog. Kind of seems like a disability. Nobody can touch you. Yeah, bro. But you also can't touch them. Like, yeah, I'm going to put it in meh. I think, yeah, meh. Meh, awful, actually. Awful. It's like the worst type of healing factor ever. The Beast. I had to look up, does the Beast mutation makes him a genius? No. Like, not at all. So, he was a genius before, and then he got, like, and then he found out he was a mutant later, and then he became blue, and that. I mean, I guess it's kind of cool. I guess so. It's not like, it's just kind of dope. Dope. Like, that's the best way that I can describe it. It's dope. It's meh. Like, Cyclops would probably be better. Why? You look like a normal dude, and if you can control your laser eyes, then it's better. It's not that useful, but it is what it is. Yeah, bro, super strength, claws, and agility. I also look like Bigfoot, and I'm blue. So I'm gonna put it in as well. Emma Frost. Yeah, I put her on here because there's a bunch of Marvel Rivals gooners in my community, and you guys are probably waiting for this one. I'm sorry, bro. This is my beef with Emma Frost. Let me get this straight. So you have the power of telepathy. Again, not as powerful as Charles Xavier, but that's like, Charles Xavier's whole thing is telepathy. Okay, so I have that. I also can turn my skin into diamonds. What a broken power. Like, that's actually insane. Oh yeah, man. And if I feel threatened, I can turn my skin into diamonds. I can do mind control. I can read minds. That's broken. That's actually broken. Like, that is all of the pros, none of the bad. I would be, yeah, God tier. Like, yeah, button over Mystique, unironically. Like, yeah, I can't turn into people. If I'm Emma Frost, I can turn into diamonds. Yeah, that's just broken, bro. There's no other way to say that. It has to, yeah, God tier. Yeah. Yeah, no, there's no debate here. And there you go. That is me ranking X-Men mutations based off, I gotta preface this, how useful they are. This isn't a power scalers thing. Maybe I can do that later on when we go to that side of the internet. This is not power scaling. It is purely like, if you drop me in with these mutations, how long would it take before I take over the world? Okay, Mystique, Emma Frost, Charles Xavier, and Storm, bro. I'm taking over. Yeah, I would. No question here, okay? But if you disagree with me, go in the comment section down below and tell me what take I had that was wrong. That's part of the fun of these videos. It starts a little debate in the comment section. And if you have a video idea that you would like, either drop it in the Discord video suggestion tab, or go in the comment section and leave it there. And either way, I'll be able to find that. And if you enjoyed the video, again, I gotta say, please consider a like, comment, and subscribe. We're trying to get to 250,000 subscribers before the end of the year. We are on track to do it with the support of you guys. And if you enjoyed the video, I'm glad you did, and I hope to see you in the next one. Adios, guys.